why you joke. I don't want to tell you anything at all. But you know the problem with me? I never could keep my big mouth shut.
It's an ad for Nepenthe. It reads, "Quaff, oh quaff, this fine Nepenthe. Win a bottle today at the shooting gallery." Looks like they really want me to go in. Not very inviting. Not very inviting. Wait!
Goodbye, my love.
She's gone.
Not gone, Querent. Nearly dead. Again and again she comes to this well, to weep and leap at the sound of the shriek. Which of you will save the other?
There's something moving down there, and a hint of golden light.
Listen, the thing you have to understand is, this is all your fault. You miss all the obvious signs. You let everything slip through your fingers. And you're no good at fixing things. That's why she's dead. That's why you're here. Right. Anyway, I'll call again later. But if you need help, and you will need help, please hang up and press 0 to dial your operator.
Wait! He sounded just like me. A large crow.
Raven.
Hello?
Sticks and stones will make me groan, but words will never move me.
It's a payphone. It's a coin-operated fortune teller called Murmur the Magnificent. I need to put in a quarter. Please don't! There's something moving down there, and a hint of golden light. It's a long way down, but I could give it a shot. What happened? Just some rocks. Strangeland. A bit on the nose. Strangeland.
Not this again. Here's one for you. Man sitting in his doctor's office. Doc says, and now here's the good news. Man says, Doc, you didn't even tell me the bad news. Doc says, not this again.
It says not all attractions are suitable to all ages. Visitors are encouraged to exercise judgment. Pretty vague as warnings go. It says visitor pretty vague.
All right, I'll talk.
So, who or what are you?
I just am. Because I think.
Where are we?
Baked in a pie, I'd guess.
Do you just sit there, watching every time that woman kills herself?
Aw, don't get so bent out of shape. That little slip and fall didn't do her any harm.
But she killed herself.
Don't take it so literally, boss. Believe me, if she were dead, I'd be eating her eyes. As you might have noticed, death is different here. Puts a poor raven out of work, I'll tell you that.
What did you mean? Death is different here.
It means I'll not carry in comfort down there, feast on thee.
Really? What are you?
A raven, lunatic.
Are you sure you're not a crow?
Look, I may be unkind, but I'm not murderous. And I croak rather than caw. Plus, I fly in a pair, not in a flock. Raven. Definitely raven.
Goodbye. It's just waiting for something. It's venting steam. Just steam. I need to put something on it first. A huge furnace with 83 painted on it.
That is my name, 83.
Goodbye.
You have said so before.
Just steam. Whoever built this place certainly doesn't trust me to find my own way. Some kind of tracks leading to the top of the park. What are you?
I am the fire that burns the impure.
What's that anvil for?
Like the bear that licks its cub into shape with a tongue of fire, I forge from ore upon the anvil whatever thing I wish.
Can you make something for me?
I can make anything. Bring me a work order and lay your metal upon the anvil.
I really need you to make me something.
You can bring me an order, or you can burn.
Make me something.
I will make you ash.
I've got plenty.
Crow's flying along. Sees a crab eating some lady. Crow squawks, "What are you doing? She's not even dead yet." Crab scuttles off. Next day, Crow's flying along, sees the crabs at it again. "I thought I told you to scram," he says. Crab says, "Take another look." Crow looks at the lady and just says, "Carry on." Get it?
There was a golden-haired woman who threw herself down a well.
The bellows gasped on the day she was made.
But who was she?
A flawed thing that fire could not save.
Goodbye.
You have said so before.
It's a spinning rocket ride. Only not spinning or rocketing, and you can't ride it. It's a telescope. Doesn't even require a quarter. What the? Ah! That's it! That shadow! That's what's making that sound. That's what's killing her. I have to destroy it. What an idiot grin. What an idiot grin. It's chewing on a piece of metal? Looks like they start up ahead. Nice doggy. Any closer and it'll attack me. Talk about the dog that bit you.
Kid's staring at heaven when suddenly there's this stabbing pain in his eye. Can't stop himself from crying. And everywhere he looks, everything's ugly, dirty, and dark. Kid runs to the doctor and the doc checks him out. Doc says, "Well, Kai, problem is you've got a little shard in there." Kai looks at him and says, "But Doc, you've got a whole mirror in yours."
Pick either direction, but definitely go left, I guess. I guess some attractions are always out of reach. I guess...
Step right up, step right up! Win yourself a bottle of Nepenthe, the brew that puts a bullet in all your bad thoughts.
I guess it has something to do with the shooting gallery? I think there's some kind of circuitry behind this plate. There's no latch, and the edges are too tight for me to pull it off with just my fingers. I think there's some kind of circuitry behind this cover. The edges are too tight. It's locked. It's some kind of shooting game. The loudspeaker said I could win a bottle of Nepenthe.
10 hits get you 1 hit, and 1 hit's all it takes to bring blessed sleep. So close.
I guess I need to be faster, or they need to be slower, or something.
Who's there? Did you scare off those nice doves? Come closer. Let me hear you.
A raven?
Childhood.
Let me line this shot up.
My beak.
Beak?
His eyes, they're gone.
But my ears are just fine, stranger.
It's an empty bird bath.
It had water once, but the deeper he drinks, the dimmer grows the mind of many a man.
An empty bird bath. A noose. I wonder how it got there.
You were the one who tied it there. Tried hanging yourself. Did it make you any wiser?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
That's why I write things down, you know. So as not to remember.
Don't you mean to forget?
Yes, I do mean to forget.
It's a you.
Ahem. It is the you.
It says beak. It says beak. It says this could be useful.
Classroom.
I can't quite reach it. I can't quite reach it. There's nothing on them but nonsense. Who are you?
I'm afraid I don't rightly know. I'm just an old fool who can hardly remember what he's read, much less who he is. I do recall a book that said, each is his own judge. That might just have to do.
Can't you just tell me who you are?
Seldom do those who are silent make mistakes, so I think I'd best hold my tongue.
Can you at least tell me your name?
Well, I remember the name Fimble Famby, but whether it's mine or yours, or both of ours, I can't quite say.
What are you writing?
The same things I've written 1,000 times before. After all, an act can lose meaning if you do it often enough.
Where are we?
I wish I could tell you. The man who stands at a strange threshold should be cautious before he crosses it. I read that once, I think.
There was a golden-haired woman who threw herself down a well.
No sickness is worse to one who is wise than to lack the longed-for love.
But who was she?
Who are we to rob each other of our forgetfulness? After all, it's written somewhere that the learned man whose lore is deep is seldom happy at heart.
Did you mention doves?
Yes, I feed them as they flutter by. I find it soothes my mind. Are they here?
Do you mean that crow?
Raven.
No, I mean the doves. It was the raven who told me of them. Are they here?
I think the raven lied.
Well, what difference does it make to a blind man?
About the doves.
Are they here?
No.
Ah.
About the doves.
Are they here?
Sure they're here.
Ah, then let me find a crust of bread.
A scrap of meat.
I'd rather think of it as bread for the doves.
Kisses.
Can you tell me anything about Murmur the Magnificent?
Wise and weighty be the word of his mouth, and his head was too good to bury, whatever that means. I'd say I can't make heads or tails of it, but then I'm not much one for puns.
I keep hearing a terrible shriek. What is it?
The dark thing.
What is the dark thing?
A shadow locked away up there, festering. Some boils are better left unlanced.
How can I reach the dark thing?
A word leads to a word, a deed to a deed. For silver he speaks, is wisdom worth gold. I read that once, or maybe I wrote it. I suppose it doesn't much matter, one way or the other.
What happened to your eyes?
I fed them to a raven. He said it would bring me wisdom.
Did it work? Are you wiser?
Oh, yes, indeed. I learned that to be blind is better than to burn on a pyre, and that it is easier to be rid of your eyes than the vision that offended you.
Why's that bird bath empty?
Once it was filled with fresh well water, as cool and clear as a sound mind, but doves and ravens would much rather bathe in dust. Maybe they can't abide their reflections either.
Goodbye.
Joy to him who has understood, delight to those who have listened.
Loathsome. My wing.
Huh? Wing?
I don't need the target practice. It's illegible.
G is the cruelest letter for a blind man to write.
My claws!
Did you say claws?
Cytotoxic.
It's her! I already have her picture in my mind. I need to deposit a coin first.
We're sorry. We are unable to complete your call as dialed. Please check the number and dial again, or call your operator to help you.
I knew you'd call. See, this isn't our first ride on the merry-go-round. And even though I can't hear you, I'll always know what you need. You need her. What's killing her? Can you stop it? Can you even face it?
We're sorry. We are. Please check.
Aren't you even curious what's inside that tent?
It's too far off. It's too far off. It's too far off. I need to put in a quarter. Murmur the Magnificent. Yeah, I get the message.
Welcome to the mysteries of the deep. Home of the luminous stream maid, the vitriolic sea star, and the oleaginous black swan.
Non-stop show, huh? No wait. Tell that to whoever put this gate up. False advertising. Looks like it's electrified. It's a big switch in the on position. That was electrifying.
Stop me if you've heard this one. Man drags himself into his shrink's office. Says, "Doc, I got this bad feeling. My wife thinks all I do is dwell on the bad stuff and complain." Shrink says to herself, "Why'd I ever go and marry my patient?"
I've got plenty.
So, some lady goes to see the doctor. Says, "Doc, I feel like there's a monster that's eating me alive." Doc says, "Come on, lady, it's all in your head."
There's something moving down there, and a hint of golden light. What can you tell me about the dark thing.
It should have been burnt away, but the fire did no more than shrink it for a time.
Can you make something for me?
Give me a work order and fitting metal.
Goodbye.
You have said so before.
Just steam.
First, lay a worthy ore upon the anvil.
I don't need the target practice. It's not a cutting board. The edges are too tight for me to pull it up. There's some kind of circuitry behind the plate. Sliding the spike into the hole might give me enough leverage to pop it open. There we go. Huh. They seem to move together. I think I pushed this after adjusting the settings. Guess I've changed some settings. Looks like someone's notes for how to operate the control box. Looks like someone... Better leave them here. It's empty now. It's part of the shooting game.
Now you're wondering, am I losing my mind? No, you're finding it. You've hidden a hard grain of truth beneath smooth layers of lies. A masquerade of metaphors. Here's a metaphor for you. Your mind is a matryoshka. It's just you, and you, and you, and you, and you. And we're here to open you up.
A knockout marinade. His eyes looked happy. Some carny left himself a to-do list taped to the wall in here. Too many winners. Turn up the skull speed. Shut down MOTD. Starfish keeps spitting acid on guests. Find something for Ozzy to chew on. Too many winners. Beware of dog. Thanks, guys.
Hey, stranger.
Shh, we're supposed to be men.
3 women wearing masks, I think. Who are you?
Well, we're sure not Valkyries. Don't let that sign confuse you.
And we're not fates, neither, just 'cause there's 3 of us.
That's more Murmur's thing.
We're not weird sisters. Even if we are strange. After all, you're strangers still.
Okay, you've said who you're not, but who are you?
Just think of us as fragments.
Figments.
Pigments.
Ugh.
What? We're here to add color, aren't we?
Do you have names?
The 3 Musketeers!
Ugh.
Look, I'm sure you mean well, but everybody knows not to give their name to a stranger.
What's with the masks?
Everyone wears them.
You've got one too.
What?
We all have a role to play.
And in this story, there's only room for one woman.
That's why we've got to be guys.
What's under the mask?
Nothing.
Legends say it's death to gaze upon a masker, unmasked.
But I bet you don't pay attention to foolish gossip like that.
Yeah, there's nothing to fear under here. Get it?
Ugh.
What do you mean I'm wearing a mask?
Oh, come on, stranger. You don't really think you escaped from some sanitarium, sporting a retro straitjacket and movie star stubble?
We all dress our best to fit what we think the world wants.
And in a strange land, it suits a man to be estranged.
I met an old scribe under a tree.
Ugh, he's the worst. His handwriting's terrible. I wanted A3 to make me a gaggle of bagels. And you don't even want to guess what I wound up with when I showed him the note that old man wrote.
Where am I?
Well, stranger, I have a feeling you're not in Kansas anymore.
Ugh, come on. Enough with the one-liners.
Fine. You're at wit's end.
Just cut the poor guy a break.
All right then. We'll call it the breaking point.
Don't let that old crab get you down. Remember what they say. Home is where the heart is.
What can you tell me about Murmur?
He's got a head for prophecies.
There was a golden-haired woman who...
The woman.
There's only one of them in your story.
We won't judge.
Can you tell me anything about her?
She's trying to save you.
You need to find her.
You're kind of a Hansel in distress.
Where can I find her?
Up.
Up.
And away.
What's the deal with that Valkyrie ride?
The ride of the Valkyrie, technically.
A one-way ticket up.
But where's the coaster car?
Haven't you ever heard of calling a ride?
I can really just call the Valkyrie?
Why, so can I, or so can any man. But will it come when you do call for it?
You know you can't call her unless you have her number.
And we can't help you there.
Do you know anything about the dark thing?
I'm scared of the dark.
While I wait for the dusk.
You'll find out soon enough.
Can I look under your mask?
Can't say we didn't warn him.
Nothing. Absolute nothing.
Hero goes to his goddess and says, "There's this monster that's so horrible, if I look at it, I'll die. Please," he says, "give me something to help." Goddess gives him a shield so smooth it can reflect the world. Says, "Here's a joke." The ride of the Valkyrie is currently closed for want of worthy riders. In the future, the ride will return, should circumstances call for it.
It looks like this is where I would get on the tracks, but there's no train here, and no way I can walk up them. What did I see under there?
You saw the reason why everyone wears masks. I promise we won't ask to look under yours.
Goodbye.
Yep.
Valkyrie. It must be the name of the ride, but I don't see any cars. Valkyrie. There has to be some way to catch a ride up those tracks. Too many winners. Shut down MOTD. Starfish keeps spitting acid on guests. Find something for Ozzy. What an idiot grin. It's not operational. I need to put something on it first.
Step away. Behold the beak, fit for one who would carve and cut.
The knife's not sharp enough to cut through the canvas. The hole's just big enough to reach through. It's an eye in something horrible. A dead rat. It's a good 30 feet out of reach. I'll need to get into the tent first. Got it. Sure is heavier than it looked. No way I could manage that. It's much too far away.
Why don't you actually look at the things you're taking? Like that rat, for instance.
A very heavy dead rat. There's a line of stitches down its chest. It was stuffed with quarters?
Please help!
Ugh.
I am Murmur the Magnificent, great giver of counsel. What was, what is, and what will be are all mine to draw from the deck of your life. For what you've paid, we may speak of cards, and hear what suits the fates. What would you know?
My future.
I will tell you the figures. You will tell me the cards. And they will show us their truth. Let us begin. I see you, Querent. What card will serve for the you who is to come?
The Fool.
The excuse. An empty-headed vagabond wandering among wonders. The card suits you. Which one suits that ride, that Valkyrie, which promises to bear you up to where the great battle awaits?
Judgment.
The winged one, sounding the trump of doom, and hailing the dead to come hither. It will do. There is but one more now. The dark thing that lurks above. What is its card?
It's the devil.
Yes. There he sits upon his throne, man and woman bound before him, but only loosely. It is merely a matter of shedding their chains. So then, what have we? The Fool, Judgment, the Devil. You will call for 3, 110-1, 3, and from among the dead, you will be taken, to be born and reborn, to rise, to fall, and rise again, until you find your way. That, Querent, is what will be.
Call! Call!
Did you say call?
No, he said it.
Call 4-3 something something something.
Goodbye.
I am Murmur the Magnificent, great giver of counsel. What would you know?
My past.
We will now speak of cards again. Once more, I see you, Querent. What card do you make of the man you were?
The Hanged Man.
Ever wanting wisdom, never knowing where to find it, stuck in time as a sacrifice to himself. A fitting choice. And what is the card for where he was?
The world.
The final card in the deck. That last perfect moment. The holy union with the sacred woman. A sound selection. And tell me, what card will we lay for her?
The lovers.
Yet it marks not love, Querent, but sacrifice, and a change the heart must embrace. And so we have your cards. The hanging man, the world, the lovers. What shall we make of them? A man who stands blithe and blind upon the very cusp of change, failing to heed a woman's flesh and blood, while making an idol of her. That, Querent, is what was.
Idle offer.
Did you say something about an idle offer?
No, that animatronic card sharp did. Or did he say idle afar? The trouble with prophecies is the words have always got a double meaning.
Goodbye.
I am Murmur the Magnificent, great giver of counsel. What would you know?
My present.
We will now speak of cards again. For the final time, Querent, it is you that I see. What card shall stand for the man before me?
The Hermit.
Holding a lamp to see and a staff to walk, but looking only inward, seeking only himself. The card suits you, but which best befits this place?
Wheel of Fortune.
Eternally turning, inescapable, ever-changing, Tarot, Torah, Otar, Rota, the wheel. It will do for this strange land. Now, what will you pick for the old scribe you so lately stood beside?
The Magician.
The one that follows the fool, shadowed by the infinite. His hidden bidding is to wield your own wisdom. You would do well to heed the lesson. The Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician. What do these cards show? A man who outwits himself, lost in liminal space. That infinitesimal between whence and whither. His well of wisdom has run dry. A worm gnaws at the roots of his confidence, and thought and memory blind his mind's eye. That, Querent, is what is.
Wince and wither.
Why did you say wince and wither?
Isn't that what the head said? 'Cause we ravens know all about the moment between wince and wither. Long, short, it all comes down to the same thing. When living becomes dying. And we get ready to dip our beaks.
Goodbye.
I am Murmur the Magnificent, great giver of counsel. What would you know? And you...
We're sorry. We are unable to complete your... Please check...
Idiot. Call 43 Wanton 1 110 133. Got it? 431 1013.
We're sorry. Please check... We're sorry. Please...
Would you ride the swaying road to heaven?
I guess so?
Are you grown enough to bear the strain?
No.
So be it. Call upon the three when your hour has come.
Are you kidding me? You called the damn number. Just say yes.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really means a lot to us. Check out the description for other ways to support us. Thanks for watching. Until next time.